So this is your earliest money memory retrieval. And with all of these that we're doing in here, it's helpful if you have a journal with you or
Hmm.
something to write on. But let's begin. Take a slow breath in and exhale. And just know with all of these exercises, these are intended to be safe, gentle, and supportive to you. So we ask ourselves, what is one of the earliest memories you have involving money? Don't force it, just let something rise. Maybe it's hearing, we can't afford that. Maybe it's watching somebody worry over bills. Maybe it's feeling guilty for asking for something. Maybe it's watching adults fight or go silent or become tense. Just write down whatever shows up for you. Now ask yourself, what did I decide money meant in that moment? Again, write down whatever comes up. And then we say quietly, it makes sense that I learned from that moment. Again, it makes sense that I learned from that moment.
Mm.
So, Jennifer, what did you notice?
Holy moly. A memory from kindergarten, actually. We were all on the floor, and my best friend in kindergarten, she always had nice clothes. She always had whatever she wanted. She was an only child, and we were sitting listening to a harpist. So that was the very first time I had heard a harp. And she turns to me and she says, "Well, your family's poor, aren't you?" Because I always had hand-me-downs. I was the youngest at that time, and so I must have been 4 or 5. And it struck me as I didn't notice prior to that, I didn't notice her, that she elevated herself
Right.
above me because her family had more money. She was an only child. We already had 7 kids by then. My mom had 7 kids by then, so there was very little money to go around. So what I learned from that was, oh, I must not be good enough, and we must not be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Just by that, and to her, it just was an observation. I don't think she meant it as a judgment, because,
At that
we
age.
not at that age, and we played together all the time. At school, we didn't play together at home, but we played together at school. We were like inseparable. So it was interesting. That was the first time I learned separation because
So when we
as a
said the
family unit,
phrase,
we were always together. When you have a large family, you're always together. Hmm.
so when we said that phrase, it makes sense that I learned from that moment.
Hmm.
Did you notice a shift at all for you? That awareness of that, it's like, yes, did you
Absolutely.
notice?
Absolutely. I don't think she meant it. My shift was, I don't think she meant it as a judgment. I think
Right.
she just
Okay.
meant it as an
Good.
observation. And it
Hmm.
was a true observation because, 7 kids with one adult income, even in the 60s and 70s, that was hardship. So,
Right.
yeah. So I just went, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And very likely an observation from words that she's heard. She's, at
Right.
5, you're not making that kind of observation yourself, but
No,
it's that meaning that was put on by people around you,
around her.
right?
It makes it easier to let go of the belief, because it's not true, the
Right.
belief that we're not good enough or I'm not
Exactly.
good.
Exactly.
Because that belief created then played out through a lot of my life,
Right. Right.
which is why this episode is so important.
I was going to say, this is why we're doing this all, because you don't need to hold on to those
Yeah.
beliefs that got formulated because they really aren't the truth.